Guys, Tyler Madman here in Outriders to show you some beginner tips that you can even use well into the late game.
Here's the thing about power. Once you taste it, there's no going back.
Let's get right into it. Outriders is a game that was just released within the last week, and it has amassed an enormous following that already has 70,000+ members on Reddit, and quite a bit of a community coming to it. Some people even calling it the Destiny Killer, which is a name that has been given to quite a few games, but this might be the first where it actually sticks. And so let's get right into the video, starting with tip number 1. This can be set in the options menu, going to gameplay, and auto looting minimum rarity, which means that if you put it all the way down, it'll loot whites, up greens, blues, purples, and legendaries. What this means, if you set it to legendary, it will not auto loot anything else. You set it to epic, it'll only auto loot epics and legendaries. If you set it all the way down to common, it'll loot everything. I set mine to unusual because some greens are okay. And one thing it will always loot is harvestables like iron, titanium, stuff like that. And the way that you can use speed up the system, it will auto loot once you leave the area, once you defeat a boss, go to a cutscene. But you can also hit down on D-pad, and it will pick everything up, just like that. And that works for harvestables. So once you finish a fight, just hitting down on D-pad real quick will make it to where you pick up everything. This will be a tip that will have a lot of newer players struggling with it, but it is something that I still recommend you do, because it will increase your tiers, your loot tiers, so that you're actually receiving higher level gear, which will make the game a little bit easier. So if you go into your game menu and you go to world tier and you hover over them, it will tell you what they are. So, yep, story, easy, normal. Hovering over will tell you exactly what it does. On story mode, enemy level -2, dropped item level -2, loot rarity modifier 80%, legendary drop rate modifier bonus +0%, wearable item level cap +0. What this means is that all of your enemies are going to be weaker than you, but all the gear that they are dropping is going to be weaker than you, with a very low loot modifier, a loot rarity modifier, and a 0% chance for legendary drops, meaning you will only get guaranteeds. Going up to normal is where you start to get the chance for legendaries, and have a normal loot rarity modifier of 100%, and then going up higher just goes higher and higher. Hitting left trigger, auto set highest available tier. I have mine set as on, and I'm on world tier 13. Doing this will make it to where you will have to constantly adapt with the game, getting better and better, and receiving better and better loot as a reward for your struggles. Or not struggles, depending on how good you are at the beginning of the game. But this is something that I've seen newer players doing, where they set it to the lowest, and really you'll get the story, but you won't get much out of the actual gameplay, as you can just walk through enemies. Always play to your class. What that can mean is very different for different classes, but if I go into mine, I am a pyromancer with certain skills. I have the skills eruption, volcanic rounds, and feed the flames, and immobilize, and ignite, and an explosive. But the way that I use these is very different from how someone else would use them. So my class is modified, my class points are modified to do so. I have it going all the way down the Tempest tree to make it to where my eruption is as powerful as it can be. And also to where I'm doing a bunch of damage to marked enemies and gaining a lot of health. Why this is mainly survivability, as I'm a solo player. And when I do play with teams, it makes it to where they don't ever have to worry about me going down, because I have, say, Phoenix Nestling. And I'm still able to do damage because of a lot of the marked stuff. And that's exactly why I expected these last ones for my last points. Increasing weapon damage, and then going down here, and decreasing cooldown so I can pop off with my eruption. Using the other two, this is to receive health a lot whenever I'm hitting enemies, and to just increase basic gunplay. And then feed the flames is just to get a bunch of health at once. Say I'm fighting a boss, the ads are already gone. I can use this on the boss and I'll get my health back, making it to where I can nearly face tank the boss. Now, how would I not utilize this skill set? Say I have Eruption, Volcanic Rounds, and Feed the Flames, and I don't have any mods to increase the range of Feed the Flames, and then I use a sniper rifle. That is just a single shot sniper rifle. I've now nullified every single one of my skills, because Volcanic Rounds will only apply it to the first bullet, and with extra mag the second bullet, and Eruption, I'd be too far away to do it. What would make that to where if I wanted to do that and then still played to my class would be going the Ashbreaker skill tree, which has Sniper Master, and there is another one in here somewhere. Yep, more damage to marked enemies, decreasing reload time so you can fire your sniper rifle faster. This would be the best, with immobilization skills being utilized far more, so that yeah, like Ash Blast, Phaser Beams. That's not an immobilized, but still. Those would be really good for a sniper, because then it would hold your enemies in place and make it to where you're able to shoot them a little bit easier. And plus, you're getting that damage, the reload decrease, everything like that, making it overall better choice as a sniper instead of going down like Tempest. The quick dismantle system. This is something that they don't explain, which is quite a trend. You going into your inventory, once you sort through and say you found some gear that you want, so you can equip it. Equip all of your best gear, because you can mod it out and give it some of the mods that you actually want. You look through your guns, make sure that you're not getting rid of something that you wanted. Now that you've decided that you have what you want, you could do this, where you go over and you hit the dismantle button, and you know mark dismantle those two, or the even slower, you can go in and you can, I think, dismantle them one at a time, which that'll take even longer. But the best thing to do is to go into your menu, go down here, and it's called the quick mark all area, where you can just hit it and hit it, and it will never select legendaries. Your legendaries are safe, they cannot be selected with this. And you can now just hold Y, and it dismantles everything, making it very easy. This one is more of a combat tip, which I will have a combat tip video coming out soon, but I feel as though this is enough of basic information that it can be put into this video. If I were to come up to this corner and I am on the default over right shoulder perspective, I could shoot right here. The earliest I could shoot is, say, right there. I say the earliest I can shoot because if you lean over your other shoulder, you'll realize that you're actually exposed. And while you can only see right here, the enemies can see you from right there, meaning that you will be getting shot that much longer. It seems like it's half a second, but on the higher difficulties, or if in the case of a sniper, you will be getting shot before you even see that there's an enemy. Meanwhile, if you're over the other shoulder, immediately, as you can see with my crosshair, they can't see my body, but I can already see, like right there. I cannot shoot. My crosshair is right there. My crosshair is here, but my hit marker is right there on the wall, so they cannot hit me. But here's what I see if I'm over my other shoulder. I can see the enemy, pop around, and instantly just shoot at them, making it to where I now have the advantage on the enemy because I'm leaning over the right shoulder. So whenever you can practice this, just go around pillars and just switch, and then switch, and then switch. Just showing you, just really getting it ingrained in your mind that if you want to be leaning around the corner, you don't want to be leaning into the corner while you come around, because that's exposing your entire body before you can actually see. Doing this and just practicing a little bit will get you far more used to it, and will get you far snappier with it, so that you can get the advantage over your enemies. If you liked this video and you want to see more of them, and you want to make sure that you don't miss my combat tutorial, then make sure you like the video and you subscribe to the channel and put notifications on so that you can never miss one of my uploads. You have a great day.